This is the main football stadium in the city of Idlib, but it's no longer being used for football matches. It has become a temporary shelter for displaced people. As you can see, it's filled with families who have escaped from ongoing violence in southern Idlib. This camp was actually established after the regime took the town of Ma'arat al-Nu'man earlier this month, and they've been living here since then. This temporary shelter has some basic facilities. It has some toilets, it has some water tanks. The organizations that are overseeing this camp are actually distributing food and clothing and providing medical care. There's even an ambulance service for these people. But as I mentioned, this is a temporary shelter. These people left their homes just a few weeks ago, escaping the ongoing Russian-backed Assad regime bombardment, and they're not sure where they should go next. It's raining right now. There's also the sound of artillery fire. We can hear very clearly from here, and you can see the fear and the anxiety in the eyes of the children and the mothers. You can see here, these are tents that have actually been set up underneath the bleachers of this stadium. People are drying their laundry. People are living in these tents now for several weeks. The UN says that for the past 2 months, 500,000 people have been displaced, and the ones that you see here in this particular camp are in a better situation than others. Many people who have been displaced no longer have any shelter. They are living out in the open, and the situation continues to get worse as the regime's offensive continues. We have with us here the manager of the camp, Abdul Qadir, and he's going to explain to us a little bit more about this particular temporary shelter.
This stadium is being used as a temporary shelter for 240 families from southern Idlib and rural Aleppo. Some of the families were living in isolated areas between the trees, and we brought them here as well. The conditions here are acceptable for now, but there are many new families arriving from areas where there is ongoing fighting like Sarakab and the villages around it. There's a lot of pressure on us here because there are too many families arriving every day who do not have shelter, and we have reached capacity, so it's become hard to accept new families.
As the displacement continues from rural Aleppo and southern Idlib, this particular temporary shelter is at full capacity, and it's not clear where families who are escaping are going to be able to go.